I spit Patron on this microphone. Watch out, I'm in the zone. Worth for everything I own. Life is March Madness. One mistake, then you go. Yeah, I had a stroke, but your boy still rhyming. And Fresh got locked, but the squad still wildin'. Catch me in any city in the hood, we grindin'.
The next topic we're going to discuss on Boxing Bros is Showtime Shawn Porter. No relation to Showtime Caden. Yes, so Shawn Porter is the mandatory for Earl Spence's WBC and IBF title. However, he's also the mandatory for Terence Crawford's WBO title. And last night, Shawn Porter was not calling the fight, but he was a host for the fight. And he stated he wants to fight Terence Crawford for his WBO title. So, Trill, what are your thoughts on Shawn Porter saying he would rather fight Terence Crawford for his WBO title rather than try to take the mandatory titles from Earl Spence?
After seeing Earl last night, if somebody said, Trill, who you want to fight? I would want to fight TC too. I'm not mad at Shawn. Let's get the easy road. Let's travel. We're going to go against a bigger, strong guy like Earl Spence, and he wants to fight a guy who seemed to not have fought the type of opposition that he has fought. So that's how Shawn's looking at it. You know what I'm saying? Shawn's like, I can go in here with this big, tough, rough guy, or I can go in here with this guy that got some questions. He got some questions that needs to be answered. Because these guys over the PBC, I don't care what nobody says. These guys over the PBC side, they're fighting each other, and those are the top welterweights. There's only one welterweight on the other side. There's only one. And he has to fight nobodies because all the other great welterweights are over here. So Shawn's like, let's get it on. You know what I'm saying? Shawn is probably looking at himself like he thinks that that's the easiest road, you know? But I have to tell Shawn, listen, be careful what you ask for, you know? Because we give TC, no, you know what? I'm not even going to say that because I'm going to be real. We show TC nothing but love. If you don't know Boxing Bros, I think you need to go back and watch us in our beginning videos. You know what I'm saying? We show TC nothing but love. We said how special TC is. Now with Shawn, I don't think you rushing into this fight with TC, but you got to understand, we still believe that TC is special. We do think that TC is talented. We just haven't got a chance to see it. You know what I'm saying? Like these other guys, we seen them fight each other, and that's why we can be able to say that this guy's this guy, and he's this guy, and this. But we think that TC is special. We just haven't been able to see it. Maybe you, Shawn, will bring out the specialness out of TC, and we'll be calling him Special TC, because maybe it was you that could bring it out of him. So be careful what you ask for, because I think it's a good fight, but I also think that TC has a lot of good advantages in there, you know? And I think TC does have a problem for some of these guys in there. TC's athletic, lanky guy who can move and throw shots from anywhere, you know? So be careful what you ask for, Shawn, because TC, he's not no slouch, you know? We just want him to fight better opposition. That's it. But yeah, I'm all for it. Shawn Porter, you already fought Earl, and you figure like, hey, you already did that. So let's try something new. And I'm not mad at him for calling out Crawford. I am mad at him for wearing that horrible suit. What did everybody do? Just give him something?
Hold up. Real people know. Real stylish people know. You grab one tie, that's one color. You grab one shirt, that's another color. You grab a pocket square, that's another color. You grab a lapel pin, that's another color. Listen, Shawn Porter, I have to admit this. I have to admit this. No one can mess with Shawn Porter's color coordinations. The suits that he throws together, magnifico.
Listen, that's because there's 5 different people that went up and grabbed 5 different things. Somebody grabbed a pair of green pants, somebody grabbed a yellow jacket, somebody grabbed a red shirt, somebody grabbed some tie, and they just put it together like he's some circus clown or something. Stop doing this to Shawn. And he got him with gym socks on. You know what I'm saying?
I believe that I'm the best dressed Showtime on YouTube. And Shawn Porter does have a YouTube channel. I will concede that Shawn Porter has been my inspiration for one outfit.
And that's the outfit he had on. And it was the hardest thing to put together.
All right.
It took 7 wardrobe changes. And he was still matching. He said, how about now? Not bad enough. You still matching.
All right, G.
Yo, I got a question. What colors was Porter wearing yesterday? Red and black?
He had on like a red checkered shirt with like a black tie. And
Gray.
Which belt does TC have?
he has the WBO.
And that's a red belt, right?
Nah, it's like a maroon kind
Brownish
of
maroon.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like a weird color.
Yo, somebody Google Porter's outfit. Because you know he always color coordinates with the belt he wants. You know what I mean? So I'm putting money on it. Whatever color he was wearing is the belt that match. You know what I mean? Because remember, when he was married to the WBC belt, it was all about that green. And he used to wear them foolish leprechaun outfits, you know? And so to me, it's like, Porter really don't want that green again? Like, that was his baby. You know what I mean? So the fact that he's like, nah, I'm going to TC route tells me he thinks TC's the easier option for him, which is cool too, because honestly, it'd be nice to see TC finally get in there with a PBC fighter. You know, I still want to see Spence versus TC, but I wouldn't mind this fight, you know, because I am curious to see.
I didn't mean to cut you off. I apologize for cutting you off, but you said it. Like, you just want to see him in there with a PBC fighter?
Yeah, that's what the shoes he wore last
He posted
night.
those shoes. He posted those shoes. I'm about to kill it. I'm about to kill him.
Listen, like, I agree with you 100%, G. When you said that, that hit me right in my chest. Like, I just want to see him in there with a PBC fighter. So you're glad, Shawn. I don't even care if it was Josito Lopez. I just want to see him in there with a live dog. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Somebody who ain't shot, old, or bandaged, or damaged, or smaller. I agree with you.
Yeah, but yeah. So Porter, honestly, Porter may likely lose. However, it still be a good fight. I just want to see how Porter's style of that aggression, that brawler, all up in your face style, how TC will react to that. You know, and I do believe TC will be victorious in that. But it still be good to see TC with a new wrinkle. You know what I mean? So, to me, Porter's salute to Porter. Porter, I like your podcast, by the way, but I don't see you beating TC.
He only.
I don't see you beating Spence again. Like if you get a rematch with Spence, I don't see none of that. I don't see. It's just Porter's my man, right? I'm not necessarily sold on his style. I don't really like the move forward with the head type stuff, but I understand he's a tricky fighter to deal with. You know, that press forward action is a lot, even for the elites. You know what I mean? So, Porter, man, salute to you. I don't know, like, how you got all these opportunities, man, but you got all these options right now. You better capitalize.
I told you, he got friends in high places, bro. When Trill said that, it was one of, like, Trill said some things on the show. But Trill said, like, salute to Shawn Porter because you got some friends in high places. He was like, you got 2 decisions that I don't think you deserve to get. And he gets all these opportunities. He's IBF mandatory, WBC mandatory, WBO mandatory. He's calling the fight. He's hosting at the fights. Like this dude, Shawn. Salute to Shawn. He just got a podcast on YouTube, and listen. Shawn got some friends in high places. You got to give it to him. He doesn't have tailors though. He doesn't have style, and that's the problem.
He almost got beat up last night. Homegirl almost scratched his face up last night.
He was out of pocket. He was out of pocket with her a few times.
She almost put them paws on.
I don't want to change the subject, but I got to ask this question. Is Spence now the franchise champion? Because he had 2 WBC belts. So to me, I'm like, if he got 2, Porter, go for the other one. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could be the Devin Haney of the welterweight division. I'm just
not trying to discuss franchise or there's one belt.
There's only one belt, and he got it.
I'm sick of all this. Like, you know, we can
add two. I'm just saying he did.
I thought that other belt was like the belt that he got, letting him know that he was in line to fight for that belt. You know how Danny had a WBC belt on too, like the silver belt that he won that puts him in contendership to fight Earl. You know, they just make these belts. You know what I'm saying?
Man, these belts have turned into buy one get one free.
Get one free. Yeah.
I don't even want to think about like, yo.
Yeah. They be having extra belts in the back, and they be like, yo, what we gonna do? Just give them to them. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is the regional WBC block belt. You know what I'm saying?
You get a belt for anything. Nate Robinson got a belt. Look, like you finished, G?
WBC Triller belt. You know what I mean?
Participation belt. That's what Nate Robinson got. Participation belt.
Participation belt for.
I think got the for waking up belt. You know what I'm saying?
Anything you do with the belt now for the WBC, it's ridiculous.
Nah, at first I want to say this. Shawn Porter dressed like he's colorblind, and
the views and opinions of Ned do not reflect the Boxing Bros as a whole and all the other faces you see on the screen. Yo, Ned, have you not learned? Just like last week, dealt with something where someone had made comments about someone's disability, and then things have come, and then you come on the show.
Remember what we talked about, karma.
Listen,
yes.
Anyone, we apologize for Ned. Go ahead, Ned.
Ned, you apologize for your.
I apologize for that. That was a slip of the tongue. It didn't land well, but Shawn, you need a stylist. But it's dope. It's dope that he called out TC, and you know, with everything going on with TC and Top Rank right now, pretty dope to see him. That'd be one of his first fights for when he crosses the street, or if he ever crosses the street. That'd be pretty dope. That gets to see where TC really at with all the top guys in the welterweight division, and that would let us know who he really is. If he can really hang with these guys, since he's been coveted and protected for so long. But you know, it's dope. It's good for boxing. He called him out, and TC's not scared to take the fight. And TC
boys too, I believe. They're like friends, so.
Shawn said, forget that. He said he fight him even. Hey, look, this is the hurt business.
Hey, that's when you know that's a friend.
Mm-hmm.
Like when in boxing, if you're friends with somebody, you're gonna fight them because you're gonna help them support their family. You're gonna give them that bread. You're gonna give them them M's. You know what I'm saying? That's showing love.
This fight, you know what I mean? They were cool. I mean,
that's how you show love. Like Mike Tyson and Clifford? Remember Clifford, the Rhino? When Mike knocked him out, he went over there and picked him up, and he was like, "This is love. This is my friend. It's like we've been friends for like over 10 years, and this is like he needs to feed his family." And like I couldn't just give him money, so this is what I did. We made a fight so he can feed his family. He left with like a couple million. You know what I'm saying? That's what you do. You know, that's why you show love. You give your friend a payday. You know.
Yeah. So for me, I feel like I think there's some strategy involved. You know, the only belt in the welterweight division that PBC has had a very difficult time touching is that WBO belt. And now that Shawn Porter is the mandatory, well, you get a free shot at lifting that belt from Terence Crawford. So why would you want to give him Earl when you can throw Shawn in there with him? And so Shawn is giving a lot of people difficult fights, from Kell Brook to Earl Spence to Danny Garcia and, you know, even Ugas. So when I said the common denominator between all the elite welterweights is that they fought Shawn Porter, it's true. We've seen all these guys in the ring with Shawn Porter. And in all fairness, I'll be honest, I believe most of them beat Shawn Porter. That's just my take on it. And, like, I keep it a buck all the time. It doesn't matter if I like the fighter. Danny Garcia is my favorite welterweight. I scored the fight 116, 112 for Earl Spence. I thought Earl looked phenomenal. I thought it was a good fight. There were many close rounds, but I thought Earl nicked it. Just because someone's my favorite, just because I like a fighter, it doesn't mean that I'm blind. It doesn't mean that I let emotion get in the way of being fair. And so, you know, in all fairness to Shawn Porter, with all respect to Shawn Porter, I think he lost majority of those fights. I think Danny beat him. I think Ugas beat him. I think Earl beat him. Thurman beat him. But he's very competitive. He's still elite because he's in those fights. Nobody's just washing Shawn Porter. So for Terence Crawford, this would be a great opportunity to fight someone who I feel like would be a good gauge. He's not a gatekeeper. He's not you're not gonna throw some prospect in the ring with Shawn Porter so they can get Porter's name. That's not gonna happen because Porter's gonna whoop him. But what Porter is you say you're the best. You say throw him in there. And so Terence Crawford would get the chance to add, sorry everyone, but to me, Shawn Porter would be the best name on his resume. Shawn Porter, 2-time welterweight champion, right, would be the best name on his resume. He's saying 2-time welterweight champion. He was champion twice. So, I mean, like, what was he? I think he was champion twice, or maybe not. But the bottom line is, he fought Kell Brook. He was elite, and he's still elite today. And Shawn Porter versus Terence Crawford, to me, does a number of things. One, it bridges the gap between PBC and Top Rank for the moment, right? Also, it will force them to work together. If TC beats Shawn Porter, that will elevate his stature in the eyes of many people, because I actually think that's a good fight for TC. It's going to be a difficult fight. It's going to be a tough one, but I think TC's talent, his sharp punching, TC is probably the best in the division at finding the clean shot. TC finds a way to land the clean shot that makes a difference in the fight every single time. And so I think his accuracy, his knowledge, I think he will find a way to outpoint Porter. I would pick TC in that fight. I think he outpoints Porter, but I think it's difficult. And like Trill said, I think he will have the chance to show that he is as good as everyone thinks he is. He will have a chance to show that he is what everyone says he is. But at this particular point in time, we're only seeing him do it against people who lost from the moment they signed the contract. We will see him going in the ring with a guy who's coming to win, believes he can win, has the ability to win, and we will see TC outpoint him. Possibly stop him. I'm not saying I never seen no one stop Shawn. I've seen people drop him. But my point is TC outpoint Shawn. No one can say nothing now. What you going to say? Nothing. And so that's a great fight for TC. If the Earl Spence fight can't happen, which it doesn't seem like neither one of them have interest in making that fight happen right now, I think Shawn Porter's the way to go, and I think that will get TC a lot of respect.
Please like and subscribe. Let us know how you feel in the comment section. Also, check us out on Instagram and Twitter, and check us out Check out our podcast on all major streaming services. We are the Boxing Bros. Shawn, stop having Kenny pick out your clothes before the show.
Kenny don't pick out his clothes. He gets the clothes Kenny doesn't pick. That's the problem.
Oh, Kenny's leftover joint. Stop wearing his clothes from the 80s. That's what he's doing.
We could have been flawless, flying up to make people's mouths drop jawless. How can 2 years be erased in 1 August? And you know I have my pride, so I had to get brolic. All in all, I can't call it. Just know you're my queen. Wish I was denim, cause then I be in your jeans. Can't fight fate, and you've been loving me since your teens. But when you can't move forward, you gotta wipe your slate clean.